So today we're going to be talking a little bit about your Chaturanga Dandasana, which is a pose that you will see in lots and lots of vinyasa flow classes. If you come to my classes, this pose will often be in there. But because we take it as a flow, so it's one pose in a sort of 3-part series flow. Does that make sense? We're not going to talk through the flow, but I thought we'd just talk about this one posture, because often if you come to my class or if you've been to a flow yoga class before, you'll have probably heard the teacher say take a vinyasa, and if you're new you might be like, what is a vinyasa? That's really weird, I don't know what I'm doing. And then you kind of look around and people are doing this weird little push-up thing, so going from plank into a low push-up into a back bend. And I always encourage that if you're new to the practice, or if you're tired, or if your shoulders ache, or anything, shoulder injuries, that you take an option. So we're going to be talking through the option of the low push-up and then the advanced option, so the Chaturanga in full. So if you're confused by any of this, don't worry, this video is to help you out in my flow classes or any flow classes that you go to, so that you can really differentiate between each pose in the flow. I'll just quickly show you what I'm talking about, and then we're going to break it down, talk about it a little bit, talk about options, modifications, and how to actually get into it. So when you do your Chaturanga pose, or your Chaturanga, like I said, it's in a sort of 3-part series. So we take these flows to keep the spine healthy and keep it warm and keep it supple as we move through the practice, especially when we're doing sort of lots of back bends or forward folds. You want to find this point where you neutralise the spine. So normally the flow will start in a high plank, then you roll forwards on the toes, you exhale lower halfway into your Chaturanga. So this is the pose we're working with today. You then flip onto the tops of the feet and find an upward facing dog, where only your hands and feet are touching the floor, and then when you exhale you roll over the toes and find a downward facing dog. But that is the sort of like advanced option, so I wouldn't recommend doing that if you're not warm. This video is going to be more of a tips rather than a sort of full complete practice, so you're welcome to join in or try out the tips, but just stay with lower options first. Maybe do some wrist rolls or shakeouts just to sort of get ready. In your Chaturanga, often what happens is people's shoulders roll forwards, and what this does is puts a lot of pressure on the fronts of your shoulders, and it can not only bring a more rounded posture in, which causes lots of back pain and shoulder pain, but it's also can cause an injury. Shoulder-based injuries over time, and especially if you practice Ashtanga yoga, there is like 60 vinyasas in the whole thing or something crazy like that. So if you are just doing this over and over and over with poor alignment, or if you're feeling sort of aches, then hopefully this video is going to help you to get into the right position. So first we're going to start like on our knees, and then you bring your arms out in front of you like we're doing a plank pose. So your arms are literally just coming out in front. And then you're bending at the elbows, drawing the elbows into the body, spreading the fingers wide, and you want to kind of look to make sure that your shoulders are drawing down. So rather than getting this action, you're drawing the shoulders up, back, and then down. And as you do this, you might get a little back bend, a little puff open with the chest and a bend into your lower back. I want you to take your awareness to your ribs, draw the ribs together, squeeze up through the lower belly, get this slight tilt of the pelvis, so that you're nice and strong and stable. And this is the position we're going to be in. So your shoulders are wrapped down, your hands are spread wide, and your shoulders aren't poking forwards, but they are spreading across the back. You want to have the sensation of your shoulder blades spreading across the back. So if you come down onto your, I'll come this way, get the sun here. So if you come down onto your hands and knees, or if you're just watching, then you can sort of keep this in mind. So the first thing we're going to work with is finding a good plank position, because if your plank is sort of floppy, then your Chaturanga is going to be floppy. And if your plank is painful, your Chaturanga is going to be even more painful, because your Chaturanga is basically a low plank, but you're using a lot more arm and core strength. So first we'll work with plank. So if you come onto your hands and your knees in a box position, you're spreading the fingers wide, you're making sure all of the weight isn't in the heel of your palms. So you don't want your fingers to kind of just be here, sort of like puffing off the floor. You want to grip the floor with your fingers. Again, not say that you're kind of like, oh my god, I'm like rock climbing, but keep it active, keep it connected. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, and then Draw your lower belly in, hug the ribs towards one another, and if you see, you get this action of tilting up with the back and dome your upper back. Try not to sink into the shoulder blades. So press the floor away, draw the shoulders down, but press up. Now from here, walk your hands forwards, one palm width, and then lean your weight over your hands. You might have to shuffle the knees back, so we're in a modified plank. Now when you come here, some people kind of drop their hips and do this weird back bend. And already if you do that, there's so much strain going on in your shoulders and your arms, and especially your wrist. Wrist can be a really big sort of pain factor in yoga classes. But if you do it with integrity and good alignment through the hands and through the core and through the shoulders, then you shouldn't get much wrist pain or any wrist pain. So you're drawing the shoulders down and you're staying nice and strong. So find those foundations, lower belly in, ribs zipped up, hands press the floor away strongly. If you have a tendency to hyperextend into your elbows, if your elbows kind of bend forwards, then just keep a softness through the arms. Otherwise, wrapping the shoulders up and away, keeping this nice external rotation through the arms. And then from here, we're going to lower halfway. So take a breath in, look forwards, guide your hips over, guide your chest over the arms. Now exhale, think about just your elbows, bending back, lower halfway. And it's a lot of work. Inhale, press back up, and then sit back on your knees. So when you lower halfway, you might be like, oh my God, what just happened? And yeah, it's a hard pose. It's not supposed to be an easy one. So if you're like, oh, actually, that's enough for me, then always just take an easy option. And an option doesn't mean you're cheating. It doesn't mean you're bad at yoga. It's just taking the option that works for you, going to keep you injury free and keep you happy and healthy. So we'll do that again. Find your knees down, plank. And when you lower halfway, notice if your hips sink first and you kind of go into a little back bend. Try and avoid that. So think about your body staying in one line. Crown of the head to your bum, to your hips. Nice one line. Take a breath in. Lean forwards. Exhale, lower halfway down. Now notice my shoulders aren't rolling inwards. My chin isn't nearly touching the floor with my bum up in the air. Draw your shoulders back, lower halfway. Collarbones are still spread wide. From there, press back up. Sit on your knees. So that's another pointer. Think about your collarbones always being open, not clenching and sort of cutting in, but staying open and free and, yeah, lifted. So that's your first option. And if we're doing this in a flow class, you would usually exhale lower to the floor, roll the shoulders, lift into a cobra, and then go into a downward facing dog. So, so that's your first option. Now, if you want to work with your full Chaturanga, it is nice and hard. Usually in a flow class, we go exhale down and then inhale into a back bend. So you're actually not holding it for that long, but it's still important to get a healthy alignment for healthy shoulders. So walk the hands forwards, check that your shoulders are straight over your wrists. Now from here, tuck your toes under and lift into a plank. Same thing, when you come into your plank, don't sink into it. Try not to sink through the shoulders or the back or your bum or your belly. Squeeze up nice and tight. Obviously you should be able to breathe, so you're not squeezing so much that you're like, oh, can't breathe. But enough that you have this activation. It's not easy. Try not to sink into the shoulders. Press the shoulders away. Press the hands into the floor. Get this external rotation, this wrap of the shoulder blades down. There's a lot to think about, but honestly, it gets easier. It comes second nature. So squeeze your belly up and in, ribs together. Now inhale, roll forwards on the toes, chest forwards, chest forwards. Exhale, lower halfway down, collarbones are open, legs are squeezing. You then can take your back bend, upward facing dog, and then you roll over and back, downward facing dog. And that is your Chaturanga Dandasana. So it's a hard pose, and it's fine. Allow it to be challenging, and just give it a little go. Try the options. So always thinking shoulders wrapped, collarbones open, belly zipped in. And also, because it's an arm strengthener, often we don't think about our legs, but your legs are really, really active. You can sort of practice it against a mirror or take a picture or a video of yourself if you want to make sure that you've got that nice, strong line of energy through. What's the word? Flowing through the body. So just checking that you have this nice, strong, straight line through the body from your crown of the head to the heels. They might not be in one line, but it's more important that the back doesn't sink down, because that can cause so much pressure on your lower back. So just be mindful of your body and be aware of it as you move through these harder poses. So we'll do it one more time together. Either knees down, or we're going to lower halfway, and then we'll press up to a plank rather than going to a back bend. So if you come to your knees down option, check that your shoulders are over your wrist. If you want to go for it, then tuck your toes under, lift the thighs. Now if you are lifting the legs, squeeze your thighs. Inhale, roll forwards wherever you are. Knees, you're leaning forwards. Toes, you're rolling forwards. Exhale, lower halfway down, collarbones open, shoulders away from the ears, elbows wrapped in. And then, oh, I forgot, we're going to press up to the plank. And it's a little harder. Lift the hips, lower the knees. Good. So, and one last tip, sorry, all these things, is your chaturanga. If you're used to going to the gym, it's not a wide press up. It is almost like a tricep press. So thinking about like a tricep press up. Your elbows are staying into the sides of your body. Backs of the arms working super strong. But make sure again that you're not rolling that weight forward. You're sending it back. And if you're in a wide press up, you're kind of in this position, but your hands are nice and tight in underneath your shoulders. So I hope you enjoyed practicing with me or learning. If you have any questions, then please do comment down below or message me on my Yoga with Erin Facebook page. And if there are any videos that you'd like to see specifically, then please do let me know. And I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.